Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video. I'm going to be talking about a newly shown Hot Toys figure. This time it is Moff Gideon from The Mandalorian. I'm so very excited about this. They did show a preview for this figure along with a preview for the Tusken Raider when the series kind of debuted on the second or third episode, and I've been very much anticipating the reveal of the full figure, and we have it here now. So Moff Gideon, obviously the main antagonist of the Mandalorian story. Figure-wise, looking great. Starting off with the head sculpt, I think this is a really solid sculpt. It's obviously somebody who's a little older, and I find that with the sculpts for people who are a little older, typically they can be quite good. I think that one of my favorites, if not my favorite head sculpt from Hot Toys of the figures that I personally own, is probably the Han Solo from Force Awakens. I think that that's a dead-on sculpt, and with the line work and the wrinkles, they were able to do a lot more texturing to it, and especially like this shot right here, that looks really dead on to the actor's likeness. Even that shot looks really good. Like from all angles, it looks like a really solid head sculpt, and I'm very impressed with it. Expression-wise, I think it's quite good. The only thing that I could have maybe wanted is a bit of a smirk. The actor, he has gravitas confidence about him, and that usually translates in a bit of a smirk or a smile. So I'd like to see maybe a little bit of expression rather than just the stern look. The stern is nice, but I think a bit of a smirk might add a little extra, which would have been cool. The rest of the figure, though, I think looks quite good. I have had Toys 210 actually pointed out that he thought that especially the sleeves are a little bit too bulky and that they need to be a little tighter, which I can see. I can see where he's getting that from. It gives him a little bit more of a muscular look, or slightly more muscular than he should be. For me personally, like, you can tell that it's the bag of the arms and not like, to me it doesn't look like he's a bodybuilder underneath or anything like that. But it allows for articulation to be unhindered, which is quite nice. So I understand the need for it, and in my opinion, I think that it looks pretty decent. Some of the accessories here, obviously the Darksaber, which looks great. I'm wondering if it's going to have some sort of reflective, coloring or almost like a reflective tape on it to really bring out some of the flash, because it almost looks like it's lit up, which I think is really cool. And I don't think that it actually has a light in it from what if I'm not mistaken. But I think that it does look very neat indeed. Just going over some of the accessories that it comes with. It's pretty light on accessories, but it's understandable. It comes with everything that you can think of for Moff Gideon, from what we've seen so far at least. But he comes with a standard base, standard set of hands, a pistol, and then the Darksaber with an interchangeable blade that has like a whoosh effect, like he's swinging it, which I think that looks cool. The whoosh effect, they give for lightsabers, and I've never seen one so good. And I think it's because the Darksaber just has a weird look when it's moving. Like you can kind of see the swoosh a little bit more when it's moving. So I think that having it like captured in plastic sometimes looks a little odd for the lightsabers, but for the Darksaber, I actually think that looks really good. It looks like it's taken from a shot of the film, which is very neat. So very basic when it comes to our accessories, but of course, like I said, really all that you can expect. As for the fact that we really haven't seen him do any or use any other accessories as of yet. He does also have a wired cape, which is quite nice, which you can see in shots like this here, which is very cool. So he is on pre-orders. Going over some of the pre-order details, he is $250, which is, for nowadays with Hot Toys, that's basically the price of a standard figure. And I would kind of consider him more standard. Obviously, full face sculpt, it's not like he just has a helmet or anything, but he comes with very minimal accessories. Costume is quite nice and, relatively complex, but pretty standard figure overall with a full head sculpt. 250 seems about on par with Hot Toys for nowadays. I do think that that's overpriced just in general, but pretty standard for Hot Toys now. The big thing that I'm disappointed with is the release date, actually. The estimated arrival is between April and June of 2022, which is so far away. You're looking at about a year and a half for this guy, which is crazy. I don't understand what's caused. You think that with a company that keeps growing and, that's been around longer and longer every year, that they would streamline some of their production, and the release dates, I would think, should be shortening, or at least staying where they were. But nowadays, like, they're going way up. It used to be a Hot Toy figure just, for an average release date was about a year out. But now it's starting to turn to a year and a half out, which is just crazy. This figure will come out months after season 3 is completed, so it's just like, what? It just doesn't make much sense. So not a big fan of that release date. Nonetheless, though, I am really interested in this figure. Haven't decided if I'm going to get it fully or not yet. I think that this week's finale will definitely help me or help sway me one way or the other. Something tells me to sway me a little bit more for him, but we'll see. From what it sounds like, just from the actor talking, he is going to be around for season 3. So we'll have to see just going forward how awesome he is, because he strikes a great presence, but we haven't seen him in any sort of physical confrontation. So it'll be very interesting to see that, hopefully this week and Friday. But there you go. That's my thoughts on this new Hot Toys figure. Hate the release date, love the figure, and that's basically how it is. Let me know what you guys think of the figure himself, the price and the release date, and just the overall design. And thanks so much for watching.